alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
Hello and welcome to the Bad Movie Cult podcast, where each week we deep dive a film and by the end of it we decide whether it's bad enough to be inducted into the Bad Movie Cult or if it lives to fight another day. And to help me with that, my co-host, Mr. Ken Be Wild.
Greetings, everybody.
This week we are covering the 1982 Juan Simon film, Pieces.
Warning, what you will see in the movie Pieces cannot be revealed, cannot be described, cannot even be imagined. And you don't have to go to Texas for a chainsaw massacre. Pieces, it's exactly what you think it is. Pieces, absolutely no one under 17 will be admitted.
Got a plot for you, Ken.
Hit me with it, man.
The co-eds of a Boston college campus are targeted by a mysterious killer who is creating a human jigsaw puzzle from their body parts.
Jesus Christ.
We did a film pitch that was similar to this.
I believe we did, yeah.
Was it Charlie Sheen in a
Yeah, it was his Valentine.
ballerina costume or
It was
something?
a bloody Valentine. He was a cherub, you idiot.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
I mean, yeah, he was in a tutu, but, you know, it was cherubic. Cherubic.
Yeah.
I don't know how you say that.
Yeah, I wonder if it was as good as this. I can't remember. You tell us by the end of it, you'll all know.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, go back and listen to it. It was our Valentine episode.
What was the film we covered for that one? I always forget.
It wasn't Fatal Attraction, I know that.
Got some taglines for you.
Go on.
If you like strong thrills, come to see us. But do not come alone, just in case.
What the fuck is that? Are you sure that's a tagline, not just a phone line you ring? That's awful.
Oh. Okay, then what about this one?
Go on.
The Chainsaw Devil. He's a real bastard.
I think you've made that one up, haven't you?
If you think you're safe on campus, you're dead wrong.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess, but it's like, why? That's not a saying, is it?
The sum of the parts equals the whole body.
Fucking hell, you can tell this wasn't an English language film,
Oh,
can't you?
that's horrible, isn't it, that? It's even got the equal sign. God's sake. Co-eds better run.
Was that it?
That's it.
No.
An invitation to terror.
It's got nothing to do with any of this. These taglines are just like random words.
You can also tell this is a foreign film because there's a million taglines.
Yeah, none of these are making any sense. Got no relevance whatsoever.
A macabre story of revenge.
I'm not sure it is.
What about this one then?
Go on.
When you meet him, you'll go to pieces.
Yes, then. We'll go with that one. Fuck it. If it stops them.
No, it doesn't.
No.
His devastating tool made women scream.
That was a tagline for one of my films.
Devastating tool is a great... It should be like an X-Man.
Writing it down. Right. We're having him. No. Next.
His hands... What? His hands, he has the power. His mind has the will. Death is his master. Anyone can be his prey. A gruesome and chilling feature you will never be able to forget.
Fucking hell. The end.
Nope.
Didn't like it.
A madman is on the prowl. See him before he sees you.
Oh, yeah, but no.
Violence, brutality, rage.
Yeah, swipe left for yes.
Fear so intense it will grab you by the balls.
I think we might as well call this episode off after all these. It's been like a bloody hour and a half in itself.
You don't have to go to Texas for a chainsaw massacre.
There we go. That's the one that's on mine.
Yeah. And then the last one, it's exactly what you think it is.
Oh, that's on the other side. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, it's what you think it is. What do you think it means?
I don't know what I think it is,
Exactly.
to be honest.
There we go. Yeah, that's that covered.
I didn't know what this film was even by the end. I didn't know what I watched.
I've actually got You Don't Have to Go to Texas for a Chainsaw Massacre and It's Exactly What You Think It Is on the same cover.
Nice.
So have that. And on the other side, I've got only It's Exactly What You Think It Is.
No.
That's on the other side, you see. I've flipped it.
Is there no it'll grab you by the balls?
I don't know. I don't think it says that on the back either.
Nothing about his devastating tool?
No, I've got gut-wrenching 4K. I've got that written.
Wow.
There are
That's very-
two versions on this as well.
Is there?
Yeah.
On the Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Who released that?
It's an Arrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've got the US theatrical version with library score by Cam, and I've got the original uncensored director's cut, which is of course the one I watched.
So now that we've got through all those taglines,
Yeah, go on,
should we call it a day or should we do the film?
go on, let's do the film.
Ugh.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Okay, Ken, picture the scene if you will.
Go for it.
It's Boston.
It is.
It's 1942.
Yes.
A mother walks into a room. She catches her son, little Timmy, doing a jigsaw puzzle of a naked lady.
The son of a bitch. Do you know what I'd do if I was her?
Masturbate?
Where did this filth come from? Answer me! Answer me! What I have to put up with? You dirty-minded little brat, playing with filth like this, just like your father. If you don't watch out, that's who you're gonna grow up like. And I can tell you a couple of things about him. Bastard! I'll kill you if I ever find stuff like that in the house again. Go get a plastic bag. I'm gonna burn everything. Don't just stand there. Go get a bag.
What would you do?
Masturbate.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, you were right.
I knew it.
No, I'd go completely fucking mental about the whole thing.
Would you? Well, that's funny,
Go on.
because that's exactly what happens.
Well, there you go. That's parenting 101.
She hits him and says, "You're going to end up just like your dad,
Yeah, why did he end up?
just wanking over a jigsaw puzzle."
Didn't they not have anything else back in 42?
In the 40s, all you had were jigsaw puzzles. You remember, the only time you saw naked women were jigsaw puzzles in the
Jigsaw
woods.
porn.
Yeah,
That's the new Saw film, isn't it? That one.
I think so. Yeah.
I think, yeah. It's just Tobin Bell end.
Yeah, you remember that, finding jigsaw puzzle naked women just in bags in the bin and in the woods.
Yeah, I do.
When you were
Yeah,
a child.
yeah. I used to nick them from shops. You'd be the
Yeah,
top shelf of the jigsaw puzzle shop. So the kids couldn't get at them.
Yeah.
Oh, great days. It must have been during the war, you see, set in 42, wasn't it? It was the war
Yeah.
years. So, it's nothing.
Everything was coded, wasn't it, in case the Nazis found out?
Exactly. They wouldn't have a clue. They ain't got the patience to be sat there doing a jigsaw puzzle, have they? Be
No.
out there doing all their other nefarious antics.
Anyway, enough about Nazis and jigsaw puzzles, because she smashes the mirror as well.
Well,
And we
why
get
not?
that in slow-mo.
Yeah, of course we do. Of course we do. That's massively relevant.
And then she says she's going to burn the jigsaw puzzle. She's had enough.
Yeah, it's entirely reasonable.
Seems so, wouldn't it? Because it's a confusing time as a child, getting to grips with your, fancying women, fancying jigsaw puzzles.
Yeah, doing puzzles, admiring the puzzle skill, solving problems.
I
And
think he'd
naked
have
women.
had sex with a jigsaw puzzle if he'd have carried on.
I think he probably would. It's the natural progression. I did.
And look how well you've turned out.
Yeah, exactly.
She orders her son to get a plastic bag.
For the jigsaw puzzle, obviously. She's going to get rid of this filth.
Yeah, and instead of a bag, he gets an axe.
Yeah, what she does actually say, I will kill you if I ever see any more like this. She's threatening to kill her own son because of a semi-pornographic jigsaw puzzle.
I thought it was very pornographic.
I'm not sure. She had pants on, did she? She have underpants on?
Who, the mum? Don't know.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Yeah, and what he does with that axe is he just kills her.
Yeah, just slams it straight into her head. 3
Yeah.
times, in fact. I quite like that as well. It's a good effect. 3 times, right in the face.
And then what happens is he saws her dead body into pieces.
Yeah, the phone rings. There's somebody ringing on the door and he's just sawing away. He's not bothered. There's an enormous amount of blood, isn't there?
Yeah.
For just like 3 hits with an axe.
He then sits down to finish his jigsaw puzzle. Housekeeper, she calls the police.
Because you would, wouldn't you, if somebody just didn't answer the door to you?
Yeah,
You'd think,
instantly.
I better just call the police straight away. Something's obviously wrong.
The policemen, they force their way into the house and they enter little Timmy's bedroom where they find blood covering the floor. I like that one policeman says, something's been butchered up here. Let's hope it was an animal.
Yes, that's likely.
Yeah, it's more likely than not.
Yeah, I like the fact that they just immediately break in straight away. It's just like that. Oh, I've rung the doorbell, nobody's answered. So it's like, well, I'm going to smash the door in then. It's like, no. Well, are you sure they're in? None of that. It's just, well, we'd better break the door down then. Yeah, I like as well that they say, Jesus, we'd better search the place, and the whole search is just opening the closet. That's it.
Well, these foreign films, I'm surprised they didn't shoot everyone, including themselves, the police, when they entered the fucking... They go into one of the closets and they find the mum's head.
They close the door again.
They do. Well, you would, wouldn't you? Sorry.
Then he's like, oh my God, just close it again. Like, there we go. That's better. Yeah.
And then they find little Timmy.
Bloody Timmy, he's in another closet.
The policeman console him, and he tells the officers that a maniac broke in and murdered her. The neighbour says, "Oh, Timmy."
And then lets us know that his father's in the Air Force, which is vital to absolutely nothing else that happens.
Head of pornography in the Air Force.
Pornographic jigsaw puzzles.
Yeah.
Department.
Yeah, so he gets taken to his aunt, I believe, is what we get told.
She lives nearby. And then we get the titles. Boom. Pieces.
40 years later. That child is now 50 years old. I think they've gone too far into the future.
I like it when they do that. I like a caption telling you how long's gone past.
40 years is a long time,
It
isn't
is
it?
a long time, yeah. But at the same time, you know, he's got to be a young kid to be wrong.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, if he was a teenager, you'd just be like, oh, go on, get on with it, mate.
Yeah, because you start getting to his age being 60, 70, he's just going to be Michael Myers in it, isn't he? Just lying down in a shit pipe somewhere.
Wait to be beaten up by a local babysitter.
As per with Michael Myers.
Story of his life right there. Spoilers. Apologies.
The story of my life. You're singing that.
I watched that the other day. I watched that the other day.
So did I. I was showing it to my girlfriend. Like, what the fuck's this?
Yeah. Yeah, I got the same. I showed it to my wife. She was like, what the fucking hell's this?
Isn't that nice, listeners? Even when we don't even plan things, we're still doing the same shit.
Yeah, and that's Story of My Life by One Direction. If you watch the Shreds version on YouTube, very funny.
So
very
great.
good. Yeah, always makes me laugh.
Is it Shreds that do the Bowie and...
Jagger without the
Jagger.
music, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's just the jump in the air and you just hear him go...
Oh, right. I'm going to go anyway. I'm going to go and watch more of that. See you in a bit. No, anyway, yes, go on.
40 years later, we see someone entering a little fancy apartment goes to the closet and he's got a box with shoes, clothes.
It's the absolutely classic black gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Love it. Such a great trope. I do enjoy a nice black glove.
Where's that first scene, do you reckon? Like, Giallo?
Yeah, it's the Giallo reference, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's what this was probably aiming for. But
yeah, oh god, I missed the fucking mark by a.
I don't know. I think it is one, but a really,
Barely.
really bad one.
Yeah, we also
I
get.
fucking love this film, by the way. I don't know if I even mentioned that at the start. I think this
we
is
just
brilliant.
dove straight in.
Yeah, I think this is a brilliant film. It is so much fun and fucking ridiculous.
I don't remember anything of it, but I remember it being fun.
Yeah, start to finish, this is just an absolute what the bloody hell is going on now film.
I know there's bits because I haven't reread all my notes because I'm such a professional. I didn't reread my notes before we started, but I know there's definitely laugh out loud moments I've highlighted, which I'm looking forward to reading again and reminding myself because there's definitely something in. I think it's one of the girls says something that's fucking ridiculous.
Well, maybe I've got that written down. I'm not sure.
Oh, nice. But anyway, we also see the remains of that new jigsaw puzzle. This can only be little Timmy.
Yeah, it's got like blood on it as well, hasn't it?
Blood.
He's not cleaned it in 40 years.
And the jigsaw.
Oh, dear. Yeah, he's had time as well because obviously he got away with it.
He hasn't cleaned his dick in 40 years, Ken. What do you think of that?
Well,
that's the real horror of this film.
Well, from experience, I can only say that's the bad thing to do, and it's wrong.
Yeah, bad wrong.
Yeah, I'll clean my dick when I'm dead.
That's on your gravestone.
That's the old phrase, isn't it?
I believe so. Cut to a college campus.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Because here we go. This is the setting of the film now, where it's a college campus.
Yeah,
on the film.
Yeah, there's a photo and it's got a big blood X. He writes a blood X on it.
Mm.
That's it. Yeah, so we know it's definitely the same person.
Yeah.
Let's go to campus.
There's a girl skateboarding around to some funky music.
Yeah, it's because it's campus.
As she skates into some glass removal men.
Yes, as always, you know, and they always just walk out in front of you when you're on a skateboard, being too happy.
Nothing goes wrong when you see that.
Yeah,
see people removing glass.
Yeah, it does. Anyway, something does go wrong. She inexplicably smashes through it, and that's the end of that scene. She's just like, ah! We hear a smash and we cut scene.
Have you seen the mom again?
No,
breaking the mirror.
Oh, I think we do. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, But what?
Like we need a flashback to something that happened 20 seconds before.
Yeah, but what's that? It's got nothing to do with anything. That couldn't have been set up by a killer. That's two men delivering a massive fuck off mirror somewhere.
Yeah,
yeah, that's not a devious plot. Yeah, and anyway, yeah, she just apparently smashes through it. We don't know what happened. Who cares? We don't know who she was anyway.
Yeah, so fuck her.
Yes.
Anyway.
So back to the gloves, back to the puzzle. Humpty Dumpty, I've written. I've written Humpty Dumpty. I don't know why.
Me neither.
No, well, there we go. Yeah. Eagle-eyed viewers, write in and let us know, why the fuck did I write Humpty Dumpty? I'm going to guess that maybe they were playing the Humpty Dumpty song whilst he was looking at the puzzle and putting another piece in.
Nice. We need some creepy music, and what could be creepier than a royalty-free nursery rhyme?
There's actually a couple of films called Humpty Dumpty. I don't know if you've seen any of those. You probably haven't done because you actively seek out films that you enjoy. Whereas I watch shit that I know is shit just for the sake of watching shit.
I think I would watch a Humpty Dumpty horror film.
Oh, don't. I've seen.
You sure you're not thinking of your film, Rumpy Pumpy?
The Hunker Chunker was the sequel.
You and Stallone.
Yeah, Rumpy Pumpy was the very, very British version. we're all in bowler hats and suits with umbrellas. No, Humpty Dumpty. It's a British film and it's fucking awful. It's like a 6-foot fucking Humpty Dumpty doll. Why?
A 6-foot egg.
Why the fuck would you be buying that and putting it in your house? Anyway, yeah, it's possessed and kills people.
Oh, fantastic.
Of course it does. No, it's just the head. Just the head's the Humpty
It'd be
Dumpty.
shit if it didn't. It's just seeing people live their life with a Humpty Dumpty in the background.
Well, shit if they do. You know, it's one of them, isn't it? Shit if you do, shit if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fucking hell, I've not even seen the second one yet. It's on my playlist. After enjoying the first one to no degree whatsoever, I've not really put it up as a priority.
Oh, you know what is funny that'll make you laugh? My girlfriend has a Swedish friend.
He's funny.
Yeah, and she told him that we do a podcast, so he listened to one of our episodes and really enjoyed it, and sent a message, something to the thing of, "Oh, these guys are really funny. I love their chemistry. I'll definitely subscribe to it." And then said, "However, you haven't covered The Room yet," and then gave us 4 out of 5 stars.
Son of a bitch.
I was like, that he knows that you know. Why not just give us 5? And he was like, "Sorry, you haven't covered The Room, so it's got to be 4."
One does not simply dive straight into The Room.
Exactly. I was like,
Yeah.
we're waiting for our 100th episode. When The Room's going to come out.
To be honest, that whole story started with my girlfriend's got a Swedish friend, and it went downhill from there. That was a real highlight for me. I was thinking,
It was a bloke.
Brilliant. Yeah, exactly. You fucking ruined it straight away, and then it just went shitter and shitter. Which is what we're also known as.
Yeah, that's
on
one of
the
the
socials,
reviews.
yeah.
That's the review he left us.
Shit and shitter.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Back at the campus, we got another girl. She's studying in the grass.
Well, she's not really studying. She's just reading, wearing a very, very small skirt.
Yeah, very small.
It's too small.
Nearby, we see what can only... He's so obviously the killer that he isn't the killer, this man. This guy looks fucking ridiculous.
It's Bluto from Popeye.
It is. It's actually the man that played Bluto.
It fucking is as well. Of course it is. Look at him.
Because who else would it be? There's only one man that we can get to fill this role.
Bluto.
Remember Bluto from Popeye? Yeah, get him in.
Yeah. It looks like he's obviously going to be the killer, but we just don't have him as him.
No, instantly you're like, he's not the killer. No one hires him. He can't expect to get a job, even pretending to be not a killer. So, you know.
Yeah, even a gardener. You wouldn't hire him as a gardener. You'd just be like, you get back in prison, you fucking murderer.
Yeah, he would have to say, like, I blatantly look like a serial killer, so for that reason, I just can't be.
That was the way he gets away with it.
Yeah.
Worked for Ed Kemper.
Oh, that's true. Big 7-foot Ed. Loping around the fucking campus.
That was his name, and he was 7 foot. He didn't have a 7-foot head. That would be fucking massive, wouldn't it?
He did have a 6-foot egg, though, that he...
that he called Rumpy Pumpy.
Rumpy Pumpy Pumper.
That he used to put in a British house.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very prolific. More than we even thought.
Yeah, and his mum loved that more than him. Sad, isn't it?
Rest in peace, Ed.
See, and this is why we don't do true crime podcasts.
We'd start true, wouldn't we? But then, then we may just elaborate.
We'd side with the murderers, and that would just not... I don't think anyone wants to listen to that.
Well, it's quite right. I mean, he was also focusing on the co-eds, wasn't he, though? So, you know, it's parallels. Could they not have gone for co-dead? Co-ed to co-dead? Could they not have tried that as a tagline or something?
Killer?
Well, they had on this movie as a tagline.
Oh, yeah.
They had like fucking 50 other ones. Why did they not even think co-ed, co-dead? I just did. You know.
Why didn't they have...
It's not my job.
Watch Bluto trim a bush. Why don't they just have that?
Olives.
Imagine if Bluto...
Olives
Imagine you
bush.
looked up... If you looked up, Ken, and you saw Bluto trimming up your bush.
Nearby bush.
Yeah.
I'd think, what the fuck? There's a murderer. It looks like Bluto.
So yeah, he's chainsawing a bush, and
it doesn't really need to be honest. It's not that big.
No,
Chainsaw's like overkill on this little bush.
And then what happens is someone approaches and saws her head off with the chainsaw.
Yeah, but could it be him?
Probably.
He's the only person we've seen with a chainsaw, so it must be him. Logic would say it has to be him.
If it was him, that would have been a really shit film.
Yeah, he's just eyeing up her fucking butt cheeks, isn't he? Because she's got him on show.
Well, yeah.
That's campus life back in the 80s.
Nothing but butt cheeks.
Yeah, nothing but butt cheeks.
Very good. A little later, we meet Lieutenant Bracken, played by Christopher George.
Yep, straight to the cops.
And his partner, Sergeant Holden, played by Frank Branner. And they've arrived on campus. We got some students smoking the reefer and chatting outside.
Yep, they're on the bloody marijuanas.
One of the girls says that the greatest thing in the world is smoking pot and fucking on a waterbed at the same time.
Yeah. It's a bit dangerous, isn't it?
That's very fucking
you'd imagine.
cool, isn't it?
Well, you'd imagine it's like health and safety for a start.
Smoking pot and waterbeds was the coolest thing you could talk about in the 80s.
Well, I was there. You fucking weren't. How do you know?
I was born in the 80s.
Oh, you were talking about smoking pot and having sex at the age of 2.
Yeah, on a waterbed, of course.
Yeah, it's on your birth certificate.
That's my middle names.
What, all of that?
Yeah.
That entire sentence.
Dominic smoking pot and fucking on a waterbed Lawton.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that same girl, she goes over to flirt with Professor Brown.
Yeah.
Which is a rejected character from Cluedo, I've put.
Yeah, he's a fucking ridiculous looking man, isn't he?
He is, yeah. What a pathetic piece of shit this professor is.
Yes, and
she asks him what the pectorals are.
Yeah, basically to try and get him to say tits.
Yeah,
which he doesn't. You know, he's a professor. He's very, very professional about the whole thing, and tells her to go fuck off and smoke pot and have sex on a waterbed.
He calls them titties.
Titty bambooas. Titty wawas is what he says.
Calls them happy pillows.
Sometimes dirty pillows. He doesn't do any of this. This is not real dialogue.
Mostly dirty pillows at night. Mostly.
Mostly. My mummy always said that titties didn't exist, but they do. Don't they?
That should have been the line. Why was that not the line?
Depends what version you watch.
Just not related to anything at all. Just turns and says that.
Yeah. Says it and walk off. It was like, what? Nothing.
She says, my friends all make fun of me saying mine are funny. And he says, I assure you, you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, a bit weird. A bit weird because he seems obviously homosexual.
Why obviously?
Well, because he looks it, sounds it, acts it.
Fair enough.
You know, I'm going to bring in the dog shit analogy, you know. It looks like shit. Smells like shit. Probably tastes like shit. Know what I mean? So I go about my curries. That's why I don't eat one. Never had a curry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, that's a fun fact about Kenneth.
Yeah, it looks like shit, doesn't it? It stinks as well. It stinks like shit. I'm not going to fucking eat it. There you go. Curries. Not for me.
We got any listeners from India? That's fucking gone
fucking
now.
Loads of them.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Probably got a few gay listeners as well, so that's them gone.
Professor Brownie heads in for a chat with the receptionist and cuts her off immediately after asking her what she thinks about the murder.
Yeah, she loves a gossip, doesn't she, the receptionist?
Yeah, well, what else is there to do in the 80s as a receptionist? Not your job, that's for sure.
No, she didn't do that at all.
No.
Always just chatting shit. Apparently, they never found the head, is what we found out.
The receptionist really wants to know what he would want with it. What would you want with it, Ken?
Oral sex.
Professor Brown gets called in and we find out he's not married. Lives with his mother and is in charge
Look,
of
if we're going to go back to the true crime, right, yeah, there was rumours about Ted Bundy. That was all. That's all. Rumours that he took out the teeth of one of them and used it for that sort of scenario.
He's in charge of the anatomy class at the college. The dean says they want to ask him some questions, but then he also says that he's too busy and he fucks off.
He's Professor Brown is in charge of the anatomy department at this college. How fucking big is the college that you've got somebody in charge of that as a department? Anatomy?
It's fucking massive.
Yes, it's like not like just biology. It's like entirely dedicated to anatomy only.
We get to the point where there's about 400 kids that get killed in this film, and none of them are found. This place is massive.
Yeah, but I don't know. You wouldn't have anatomy, would you? Is that? Surely that's got to be an American thing. We don't have that shit over here, unless you've gone like to proper like study anatomy, focus on that. You wouldn't just have it everywhere in every college.
I don't know. Email us in if that's true or not. badmoviecult@gmail.com.
There's a film called Anatomy.
Yeah?
It's quite good actually. Obviously, it's about killing and all that shit, but you know, it's quite a good one.
Did I tell you I watched Pin the other day again?
Oh, you did, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Good film, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
Fucking good, though.
Terry Quinn. Just the most ridiculous death I've ever seen in a film.
Bloody Terry O'Quinn to you. Give him that. He's a bloody stepfather. Show him some respect there.
Yeah. Bracken tells Brown that they have no suspects, and his partner says, "We're just out buying clothes without labels and trying them on for size," whatever the fuck that means.
What the fuck is he going on about? I've written that down as well.
I love the partner. The partner's ridiculous.
It's one of those where you just look at him and just go, and then just carry on with your day.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to comment on it. It's just like, yeah, and then just move on.
We see Bluto again. He's the groundskeeper. He's shining up.
His name is actually Willard.
Yeah.
Incidentally, yeah. So we probably will keep calling him Bluto, but his name is Willard.
Yeah, the actor's name is Paul Smith.
Yeah. Do you know, Paul Smith was the name of the guy that got his dick out in front of people at my old primary school. Great story. And the girl, I think we've used this line, but the girl actually said, "I thought it was a potato until it unrolled." That was Paul Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations, Paul.
Not the same guy, obviously. It wasn't Bluto. He wasn't there with a fucking beard at primary school.
Bluto and his potato dick. And rolling it out.
That's on the DVD special features of the Popeye film. Robin Williams.
Just you and Bluto, the only two kids with beards.
Yeah. And he was the only one with a potato dick.
Yeah.
Mine was more an asparagus.
Goes well together, complement each other.
Well, yeah, that's why we were friends.
Anyway, Willard, or Bluto if you prefer, or Potato Dick if you know him from school. He's outside, he's got a chainsaw, and he's shining it up real nice.
He is, isn't he? He's fucking making a right big old deal about that. Far too much of a deal, in my honest opinion.
He is hamming it up a little bit. The dean says he needs to finish quick in order to get another job. And Willard assures him he will, then goes off to watch a couple of students fuck by a tree.
Yeah, which is the second option after the waterbed's been ruled out.
In the campus library that evening, there's a girl who gives a note to a male student named Kendal.
Mm-hmm.
On the note, it says that she wants to do it underwater. See you in the pool.
Yeah, Kendall's a weird character, isn't he?
Yeah, I didn't like him.
No, I didn't like him. He's massively fucking unlikable.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very, very odd that they've chosen him to just be the hero, I guess, isn't it?
Is he the hero, or is he just a little fucking dweeb that runs around a lot?
I don't know, because he seems like to be a bit of a...
I suppose he is, isn't he?
He's a bit of a fucking idiot, but at the same time, I think he is the hero.
I suppose so, but
yeah
he is massively yeah. Remember the guy from Demonic Toys? The hero in that?
Yes, I do, yes.
Similar vibes.
Do you know, I can't remember why I was thinking about... that was not Demonic Toys. Or was it Demonic Toys? Sorry, I thought you were talking about Demon Wind for a second there.
Oh, him.
He was
He's a bit
fucking
like him as well,
unlikable as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit like him. But he's also, the guy who talks about eating his manager's dick. That
That's
guy
it,
from
yeah.
Dominic Toys.
Yeah,
It's a bit like him,
I think he
too.
was smoking it.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Yeah. You don't eat a
What's in
manager's
your
dick.
mouth? I want to eat your dick. Yeah, I don't think that was the line, was it?
Not in that film. No, one of
No.
mine, yeah. No.
You were in I Want to Eat Your Dick 3, weren't you?
I Eat Your Dick. It was just called that. Not I Want
I
to.
Spit on Your Dick.
Yeah.
The horror parody, the porn parody of the horror film.
Recently did a remake. I Spit on Your Dick. Deja Vu. We're just all a lot older.
Last Dick on the Left.
Yeah, we did them all. Yeah.
That was the subtitle to it.
If you pardon the expression.
Anyway, the killer, the fucking unknown killer, he's like, he finds the note because Kendal, he just like discards it on the table.
He does, yeah. He throws it. He actually throws it into the bin and misses.
Yeah.
The fucking idiot. I would have gone and picked that up.
Well, the killer did.
Well, yeah, but if I was Kendal, if I was Kendal bloody Cobra Cakes,
you'd be all over it.
I'd have gone and picked that up with me bloody snake arms.
Didn't you have a puppet?
Yeah,
Puppet.
But to me they were real. Yeah, but he doesn't. He just leaves it, which enables the killer to walk through the entire library without anybody noticing that there's somebody dressed in a long mac, a fedora, and black gloves.
Yeah, and a massive chainsaw.
And just picks it up, reads it, and fucks off.
That's ridiculous. If you saw anyone in a mac anyway, you'd be like, what the fuck's that guy wearing that mac for?
Exactly.
Also
it's
a fedora.
Slightly noticeable, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like that guy's either trying to bring down the government or he's a serial killer.
Yeah, he could be a shadowy operative.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only the two options. You've got possibly just a flasher. He could be flashing at people, couldn't he?
Not with a fedora on.
No, I was going to say it could be Columbo, but he never did that. He never flashed people, did he?
He flashed his badge.
That's all that mattered.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't be doing any of that. He never wore a hat, so it clearly wasn't Columbo. See,
Yeah.
we see. Now this is the police procedure that was missing. They'd be crossing out Peter Falk straight away. It wasn't him. He didn't wear a hat. Yeah, so he's off. And
Yeah, they got the Guess Who board out. Has he got a hat on? No, and then just knock the little pictures down.
Yeah, it's not him. Obviously, Professor Brown wasn't in Cluedo, so it couldn't have been him. And then, and then you see you've got a crossover game. You've got your Guess Who, you've got your Cluedo. It's Guess Clue, though.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and where you just do that. Anyway, it's not Peter Falk anyway.
He goes to the swimming pool where the girl is. The girl's wearing a swimming costume under her clothes. Goes for a swim, takes her clothes off, obviously.
Bit of saxophone music to accompany the strip.
Yeah, Clarence from the Street Band, he's there.
Yeah, of course he is. He's underwater, of course.
The killer grabs a tiny net.
There's I've written tiny footsteps.
Yeah,
Because
he's got tap shoes on.
It takes him forever to fucking get there, doesn't it? Like you can see the feet moving, and you just think, why are you walking like that? He's almost walking like toe to heel. That's how small his footsteps are. You just think, why are you walking like that? It's fucking ages to get there. Yeah, and
It's like Michael Myers, he never runs.
Yeah, but every step's like audible as well. You just think, just fucking take bigger strides, you mad bastard. You're going to go and kill somebody. Why are you taking so long to get there?
You ever you see Michael Myers just walking along the street? You just see this guy doing toe to heel walking along the street.
It's like a bloody child measuring something. It's like, just fucking walk properly. You'd have got there.
It'd be great seeing a long shot of him chasing someone and he's just doing that.
He's got his arms out to balance, because it's an inconvenient way to walk. You just think,
tiny tap shoes on.
just fucking do it properly. Anyway, he doesn't. And, of course, we get tits, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, always appreciate it. So it was a long build-up, but finally, there's some tits.
Yeah. And don't forget the tiny net.
Oh, there is a tiny, tiny net. You know, the little pool net that you get shit out of the pool with?
Yeah, when kids shit in the pool, you got to fish it out.
Yeah, literal shit,
Yeah.
And maybe the occasional moth.
Yes.
Yeah, if there's a moth
Matt
that's
Damon.
become confused, you have to fish Matt Damon out the pool.
It's plop! That's just the noise when he fell in.
It's both by noise and by name.
Did I tell you that was the subtitle in one of the Friday the 13th films?
What? Plop?
When Jason falls into the water, it has a subtitle for the sound and it just says plop.
Like he's crying out.
Yeah.
The only word he's ever spoken in any of the films.
Yeah, but he doesn't like swearing, so he says plop.
So he was very angry, but just said plop. His mother taught him well.
Yeah.
That's where that's from.
Yeah, so she gets, what does she gets? She
Anyway,
swims
yeah.
close to the wall, doesn't she?
Yeah, tiny net, anyway, yeah. Matt Damon, he's out. So he's got out and he's toweling off.
Ben Affleck shot himself in the dick.
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, Ben Affleck shot himself in the dick because he's upset about Matt Damon swimming bad. Yeah, what happens?
He pulls her out the water.
Yeah, it's like he puts a pool net on her head. So like, and she struggles, and then somehow becomes unconscious because of it.
I said she's unconscious very easily.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure how she becomes unconscious. She's unconscious. I don't know whether it's an automatic reaction to having a net put slightly on your head. Maybe she was allergic to nets. I just don't know. That's for the police. Again, that's for the forensics to sort out, not for me.
And he attacks her with the chainsaw very slowly.
Of course he does, because he's got a pool-side chainsaw, which is what you need by the pool, isn't it? He's got a fucking chainsaw just hanging around the pool area, which he didn't bring with him, so it was already there. She didn't find that weird when she'd walked in and thought, oh yeah, there's a chainsaw there by the pool, as always. Good to know it's there, and in case we need it. And, well, he does need it. Bang. Chainsaw. Dead.
Nice. My note here, which I can't remember the film because I watched it ages ago, but my note is, a little later, Kendal receives a note from Kenby Wilde, who is most upset and giving him some bad news.
Fuck you, man.
I'm guessing it's...
I fucking hated this guy.
Is it some bespectacled...
Yeah, fucking idiot. Yeah, he goes in, so I've got a note. This is overacting Charlie, as I've called him.
Yeah,
because that's his character name. And he goes in, he says, I've got a note. It was given to me 30 minutes ago. And he was just like, 30 minutes ago? And he says, if it's bad news, I'll kill myself. Which is a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, seems reasonable.
It's a massive overreaction. It's not his fucking fault. It's the classic don't shoot the messenger. But no, he's having none of it. He's overacting Charlie.
I got a quick shot of the killer's shiny shoes.
Yes, yeah, of course, yeah. He's got a bloody bag, throwing it in the freezer.
Yeah, walk-in freezer. You see the severed head from earlier.
Yeah, Willard. Willard then takes his shears for a bit of a swim.
Yeah, turns on the pool lights.
Yeah, what's he doing walking around with his shears going to the swimming pool?
Because he's the red herring.
Yeah, it's the reddest of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he is. He just like heads into the swimming pool area with his gardening shears. And it's him. And you just think, oh, he's not the killer, is he? He can't be. This is ridiculous.
He sees Kendal running from the scene.
He does indeed, because he turns on the pool light, sees Kendal. He then finds the chainsaw, and he sees the body with his one big eye.
Yeah.
He has got a massive eye, hasn't he?
He has, yeah.
It's weird that he played Bluto, yet he's got one big, squinty, massive eye. That's like the very, very trait
Popeye.
of Popeye, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I mean. Not sure what he was doing, unless he was alluding to that film. So remember, I was in Popeye. Or was that before this, or was that after this? I don't know.
I'm not sure. Got to be after, hasn't it?
You'd think
I
so.
don't know, actually.
Maybe.
Robin Williams, one of his first films, isn't it?
It's Robin Williams and Shelley Duvall, wasn't it?
Yeah. Who's like literally the perfect casting for Olive Oil.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yes, her
I
entire
fucking hate
torso
Olive Oil, by the way.
in the
It
cartoons.
was all her fault. She's a fucking dick tease, wasn't she? Used to do it to both of them. She was playing up to them both. She created all of that. All of that bloody animosity was her doing. Anyway, it was a kid's cartoon, so we can move on. But it fucking was.
Yeah, her entire torso is missing, Ken.
That's a lot of things to take, isn't it? An entire torso. That's going to be difficult to get that out of the swimming pool area. Apparently not.
Needed a bigger net. The police arrive anyway. We get a fight. Willard kicks one of the officers into the pool.
Yeah, protesting his innocence without speaking, decides to fight the police.
Yeah. And they arrest him because someone pulls a gun. I think it's the partner.
Kendal runs in the swimming pool area and hits him with a 2x4. Where the fuck has he got that from?
Yeah,
he just runs back in and hits him with a plank of wood. And you think, where have you been for that? It's a swimming pool. Why is there so many construction tools around this pool?
It's in case the WWE want to have a match there.
That'd have been a great fight, wouldn't it? WWE pool match.
Yeah.
As long as it was Trish Stratus, obviously.
You're not Mae Young.
No, not in the slightest, especially not now. It wouldn't be a fair fight at all, would it?
This is the first bit I was like, what the fuck? Because Professor Brown turns up at the request of Bracken, because he doesn't want to wait for the coroner to give an opinion. That's hardly by the fucking book, is it? That
I also like the fact that they've covered the body with a clear plastic sheet. So what's the point of covering it then? You'll fucking see through it, you idiots.
There's a really tiny body part just on a massive stretcher as well.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they walk past with I think it's a leg.
Yeah.
On a whole stretcher. It's just what? All right, and they're all dressed in clean white. Yeah, but they've put a plastic cover over this, and are they going to take these body parts out one at a time on those stretchers? That'll take fucking ages.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah. And
I love it.
He said as well, he's like, Professor Brown, he's just like that. Could a chainsaw have done this?
Yes, that's what I was going to say. He wants to know if a chainsaw can cut people in half.
He says, I'm no pathologist. And it was just like, well, why don't you wait to ask the one then? Because there's surely one on the way. But
the only thing, he's a professor of anatomy. All he can do is tell you what the fucking body parts are.
He can say, well, that was a leg that they've just took on that stretcher and everything else is there.
Probably.
Except the torso, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know if she had one in the first place. We can't assume.
No, of course he wouldn't. But they do have a pathologist, so I'm not sure why he's not asking them. And then, of course, he goes over and he touches the chainsaw, which means he's also not anything to do with forensics because he's now got his fucking fingerprints all over it.
Mm.
But it's just like, I tell you what they need, right? These police. They need somebody to go undercover.
I like they go to see the dean, and Bracken and Holden, they're both stumped. One of them says, I wonder what he's doing with all the pieces that are missing.
Mm-hmm.
It's creepy. I believe it's Bracken himself that says that. And so instead of closing the college down or maybe getting police to roam the premises or whatever, they decide, as Ken says, to put someone undercover. Who's it going to be? Maybe like a young man, just keeping a lookout all the time. Nope.
No.
They put a female undercover agent in there.
And I tell you who's the best person to go. A former professional tennis player who's now a police officer.
Exactly.
What an intricate backstory for that person.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that all about?
A policeman approaches Kendal and Kenby Wild and tells them that the lieutenant wants them to report to the dean's office for questioning. Bracken convinces the dean to put an undercover agent in the campus. there's some shit about the note that came through the dean's office, which was actually from the killer, and Bracken sends the two boys away with a number to call when they feel better or some shit.
I like it. I like it because they said, like, why would they send that note? And he says it's to make sure he weren't there. He says, so why were you there? He says, I just had a feeling. So it was fucking pointless and none of it worked. Thank you. No further questions.
Hooked on a feeling.
And that was it.
That.
That was it. That was it. He says, so why were you there? And he said, I just thought something was wrong. And he was like, okay then. Thank you. That's you off the hook. From now on, we'll treat you like a police officer.
I could cut to a dance workout. My note here, Ken, is the silhouette of Jack Nicholson from Batman, heavy breathing at the window.
Yeah, and killer shoes as well. We get the footsteps again. We get the shoes. We get an aerobics class that only has one person in it. We get that silhouette in the porthole window, and then it's just saying, "I need the John," to themselves because
isn't that like a male prostitute?
I think a John is actually the client. Your Honor.
Oh.
You would have to check that, of course, for clarity. Of course, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm thinking it is. Definitely is. Yeah, the John is the client.
Yeah, and a toilet.
And a toilet. Yes.
Maybe or both in this case.
Maybe it's connected. Yeah, and I'll tell you where the fucking toilet is. Miles away. Absolutely miles away. For the UK, For the UK listeners, it's like a Weatherspoon's toilet. It's fucking miles away from everywhere. You've got to walk up and down stairs. You've got to get a taxi to part of it. It's honestly, you've
got to walk past that old guy that's been there since 10 a.m.
Yeah, who's just staring at everybody
with reindeer antlers on his head.
Hey man, that's me. That's too close. that was me. You know that. I explained all of this to you. Yeah, but it is though. It's fucking miles away. The killer's following them at all times, of course. So we've got the killer following this woman. We get a fake scare as well.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's the end of that scene. No killing.
Yeah,
no death.
We think it's the killer, but it's just her mate, and then she just goes into her apartment. Basically, just watch some woman's sort of pleasant evening for 10 minutes.
Just trying to have a piss.
Yeah.
Yeah, as it turns out, she doesn't. Well, we don't get to see it, which is a shame.
Anyway, the next day at the police station, Dr. Jennings arrives to talk.
It's fucking Kendal. Kendal's wearing all brown in this scene. That's what I've written. Kendal is in all brown.
Yeah.
What a horrible outfit he's wearing.
He arrives to talk to Kendal and provide a profile of the murderer. Lieutenant Bracken brings in Mary Riggs, a former tennis player turned undercover cop. It's a tale as old as time, isn't it, that?
I've got her as Mary James.
Oh, I've got Mary Riggs.
Mary Riggs?
Yeah.
Riggs was Mel Gibson's character in Lethal Weapon.
Oh, is that... Maybe that's what I've done. I've mixed Linda Day George up with Mel Gibson.
Well, it's the hair, isn't it?
It certainly is.
That's possible. Okay, well, we'll just call her Mary then. Just so, you know, because we ain't got time to be looking into who's right.
Bracken explains to Kendal that Mary is going undercover to pose as a tennis instructor at the college, and Kendal is going to assist her wherever he can.
You know, because he's just a student and was witness to one of the murders and potentially a suspect, but no, because he just had a feeling. So he's clearly
Mary
didn't do it.
Mary rightly asks, why the fuck did you blow her cover before she's even started? Mm-hmm. And Bracken says, well, we're short-staffed, so I'm relying on this fuck to help you.
Yeah, and he's all in brown.
So he couldn't be the killer, because the killer wears a black fucking trench coat and a trilby.
Yeah, because the killer's got some style, some panache.
Not like this little fuck.
Not like this fucking geek. Anyway, we skip them. The Boston Globe. They're doing a report on it. And
crackshot reporter Sylvia Costa.
Yeah. Hey, what's the scoop? She says. And
her partner, the photographer for the Boston Globe, is Benny Starbucks.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, and they're just there asking questions, and he just says, "Ah, fuck off."
Yeah, Bracken's like, I ain't got time for this shit.
Yeah, and nor have we, 'cause we move on straight away to a tennis match. Do you know
For ages.
Do you know what I like about the tennis match?
Fuck all.
Well, pretty much, yeah. The only thing I did like about this one is that they have failed to choreograph people looking the same way at the same time.
Yeah.
Which I really fucking enjoyed. There's at least one fucking person looking the opposite way to everybody at all times in this match. Yeah, we cut to the crowd, because obviously there's not really a game going on. So yeah, we cut to the crowd, and there's just one person who's just behind everybody else with the head turn. Really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah. If I was in the crowd, I'd be looking up and down.
I'd be sat backwards.
With your sunglasses on the back of your head.
Yeah, so I'd just be sat that way. Yeah.
With your hands in the air, like you don't know what's going on.
It wouldn't have looked any shitter than this. Yeah, it's brilliant. I really enjoyed that. So, anyway, yeah, then they all
It goes on for fucking forever, doesn't it?
Yeah,
as well, you have to watch it for ages.
It is a very, very long scene. Yeah, and then we cut that, and then everybody claps.
Yeah.
Everybody claps, and then there's some really, really loud tannoy music.
She goes and speaks to the Dean afterwards. The Dean tells her how great she is and assures her that no one knows her identity unless Bracken's told anyone, of course.
Or Kendal, or everyone else that knows.
Yeah. She mentions she's working strictly solo as no one else volunteered, and that they had to release Willard due to lack of evidence. I guess assaulting police officers is fine.
Of course, yeah, if you're innocent, I think.
Yeah, sorry, I beat up the fucking police and threw him in the pool, but I was innocent.
Yeah. Kendal hit me with a plank, but we're not fucking going into that, are we?
A woman arrives to talk about what's happening, and the Dean says, "Nothing's happening, you stupid bastard."
That's the Boston Globe reporter again, who's all over this.
Starbucks.
They're all over this fucking campus, which apparently is very, very easy to get on campus, isn't it? It's a wonder there's not more killings.
Meanwhile, the killer returns to his apartment, sets out to get more pieces of dead women. The killer's assembled the girl's severed head. He's attached that to the... Well, does he attach them, or are they just sort of propped? Attached, are they, at this point?
I think they're certainly on their way to being attached.
Yeah. He now needs a pair of arms and legs.
No, we all
Maybe
do.
arms with a good history of a strong serve in tennis.
Interesting.
The girl from earlier, dancing alone again.
Yeah, of course. It's the best way to dance, as we all know.
She goes to wait for an elevator and appears to recognise the killer as they approach.
When he's doing the jigsaw puzzle, you know, like they've still got the gloves on. Yeah. You know how awkward that would be to try and do a jigsaw puzzle. Yeah, well, this is equally,
do anything
equally awkward, because they can't fucking do the jigsaw puzzle properly, and you're there thinking, just take your fucking glove off, mate. You're on your own, surely. Surely at this point, yeah, you're on your own doing the jigsaw puzzle. Take your glove off.
Yeah.
It won't matter to anything if you don't do a jigsaw puzzle with gloves on. It's not like they're going to forensically check a jigsaw puzzle after they found you. Yeah, but the fact that they can't do the jigsaw puzzle with the gloves on just makes me laugh, because they really struggle to get that piece in. I've always just made me laugh. I was just thinking, what the fuck are you wearing them for? You're on your own, dickhead.
The girl, she says, "Oh, it's you, sir. You made me jump." And they get in the elevator together, and then soon he reveals his chainsaw, which he was hiding behind his back.
Brilliant.
He starts up and saws.
Actually, it's like lightning flashes as well, isn't it? It's a storm. Storms are coming, which is a nice touch.
He starts up the chainsaw and saws both of her arms off.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think to the effect?
I like all the effects in this film. Yeah.
To be fair, the effects are pretty good for this.
I do like it. I mean, obviously it was like cut massively, wasn't it? And then they reinserted stuff and did all that shit. But no, I like this film. I think it is. I think it's one of those top-notch, graphically gory films that they don't do anymore.
Yeah, just like fun, nonsensical, gory, Yeah, don't really seem, yeah.
Totally fucking nonsensical, isn't it?
Yeah. I got a lull moment, my first lull moment of the film now. I remember laughing out loud at this moment because Kendall's there, obviously. He hears a scream. Him and two policemen, they go to get into the elevator and they find that the killer's already gone and the woman's left in the elevator.
Shocking.
The police call in for medics while the other one throws up. And the Bracken and the partner turn up to speak to Kendal, and this is the lull moment because the girl is taken out on a stretcher, covered from head to toe in blood-soaked sheets, like she's dead on the stretcher. And Bracken stops the doctor to ask what her chances are. The doctor gives us rushed medical jargon like in Dark Place, and we even get a hushed "son of a bitch" from Bracken when he's told she has no chance of survival.
The stretcher guys, they're the same two that took away that foot earlier on.
Yeah.
So, they're on call 24/7 for
I love
any stretcher duties.
Just literally soaked. The sheet that's just been placed on the body is soaked in blood, and it's like, what are her chances, Doc?
Yeah, not good. Not this time.
Son of a bitch.
It's the dean's there as well, isn't he? With the secretary, Professor Brown, he's there as well. It's like all the suspects are in there, like Clue. Bloody fucking even the gardener Willard's there.
He is.
What's he doing there? Why is he still hanging around in the middle of the night and then inside?
Yeah.
Why is he just roaming the fucking corridors of the thing? He's a gardener. Why is he inside ever? Let alone right now when there's just been a murder.
Well, Bracken tells Kendal to keep an eye on Mary, what with her being a police detective and him being a stupid fuck. And we cut to Kendal and his dick flapping about the place as he gets out of bed.
Yeah, we do. We do see tits and we see Kendal's little chopper.
He's got his little dick out. Didn't expect that. The hero with his dick out.
Nobody expects Kendal's dick.
That's true.
That should have been a tagline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect it either. I didn't like it either, to be honest. I didn't exactly welcome it.
Why does that need to be in the film, that bit?
I don't know whether they're going for, well, we've seen the women. Or
We've seen the women's tits. Let's go and look at Kendal's dick. Do women even like looking at dicks, though? I don't think they do.
Well, for me, I don't give them a choice.
Oh, God.
Suddenly, bam, in your face. That's how I live my life.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that happened. Anyway, he sees Mary walking alone at the deserted campus.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, the bloody girl he's got out of bed from, she bloody wants a bit of that. She's desperate.
I'll control myself, Kendal, if we do it again.
Yeah, she's desperate for a bit more of the old Kendal.
The old Italian sausage.
The old Kendal cockadoodle.
Yeah, the pepperoni.
The Kendal slice.
Wasn't he a UFC fighter?
I was in that, yeah. I was in the Kimbo Slice story. I was cast as Kimbo. It's a fucking good film. I don't know if it ever got released, but we had great fun shooting it.
The unseen killer's nearby anyway. Mary has an odd encounter with an Asian bloke who attacks her.
Mate, don't just get over this one. We've got, right? Yeah, so we've got this girl, yeah. She's desperate for Kendal's cock. He's not having any of it because he's seen his tennis coach, so he's getting a little bit horny for the old tennis coach outside, who's on the prowl for killers, of course, maintaining her undercover status, looking for murderers in the night. We get a hedge bustle, the old bustle in the hedgerow.
She looked round and the first thing she saw was Kendal's little hairy dick in the moonlight.
Up at the window. Yeah. In the shimmering moonlight.
Mm.
Yeah, he's just there with it, just like pressed against the window. Trying to make it look bigger.
You just see it like he's dragging it along the window.
She's like, oh, Jesus.
Oh, Kendal, no.
He's just waving at her. Oblivious to it.
What, his dick?
He starts windmilling it. So that's all going on. And then he's like, oh, I better go down and see her. Then, inexplicably, this tennis teacher is attacked in a kung fu style. What the fuck? This has got to be the most unexpected kung fu attack in any film I've ever seen. What the hell is going on? Yeah, but what the hell is going on? Suddenly she gets attacked by some sort of like martial arts ninja-esque guy, just beating the shit out of her.
Kendall's running back and forth across a hedge for a bit, isn't he, as well?
Yeah, he doesn't know what the hell's going on. There's a fight. There's a noise, which makes you think, uh-oh, chainsaw's coming. And no, it's Kendal on a motorbike who turns the corner. You'll never guess who's bloody having a fight with the tennis teacher.
Go on.
It's the kung fu professor on campus. Remember, you have one of them. Remember when you said the campus is massive and you have like a professor for everything? We even got one for kung fu. Like, that's a fucking class you'd take at college.
Professor Chow.
Yeah, of course it is. And he's just like, oh, she's with me. And he says, oh, sorry, bye. And just fucks off and you never see him again.
He says he's not sure what happened. Must have been some bad chop suey.
Yeah, and then he just leaves.
That guy...
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, that is so random. But apparently that guy is a Bruce Lee impersonator called Bruce Lee with one E.
Well, thank goodness he was in this.
The director had worked with him before and wanted him in the film.
But yeah, and inexplicably so. He didn't actually try and generate any sort of storyline to incorporate him.
Imagine you're the script writer for this, and you go and see it, and you're like, well, this is shit so far, and we've seen Kendall's dick more than I'd like. And then this fucking guy turns up that wasn't in your script. It's just the director's mate who turns up.
You think, how are we going to get him in? I know, let's just have a kung fu fight. He's like, why? He's like, I don't know, because he's my mate. He's like, well, fuck it then, go on.
Anyway, Mary leaves with Kendal after all that bollocks. And
they just go. They just go, oh, come on, let's go. He's okay.
The hot shot
end of scene. That's how, honestly, that's how brief that guy's in it. He turns up, has a fight with her for no reason, and then just fucks off.
Yeah. Sylvia Costa, the hotshot reporter from the Globe, she's snooping round.
Yeah, of course, because she's still allowed on campus. Nobody's noticed that. We get some killer shoes again.
Yep.
We get
following her.
The shadow of a chainsaw, which is always good.
And he follows her and he murders her by stabbing her, first on a waterbed the school has for some reason.
Well, that's what they said, though. They said all that, didn't they, with the smoking pot and having sex? But that was why they were talking about it. That's why they were talking about it. They said they've got a new waterbed. It was never mentioned why, other than pot smoking, sex having.
Stabs her and then drowns her in the waterbed and then drags her away.
It's a chainsaw death, isn't it?
I thought he stabbed her.
It's a chainsaw first, then he starts stabbing. And then we go slow-mo with the knife. I really like that death, actually.
Isn't it like a notoriously terrible, not the worst fucking thing to use for a, as we will probably cover on this podcast later, but a chainsaw is quite a terrible weapon to use as a killer, isn't it? It's easily to jam and heavy as fuck.
Yeah, but it's very effective if it doesn't jam or...
Loud as fuck. He's just trying to kill people with a chainsaw.
Yeah, I suppose that's where the giallo thing ends, isn't it? Because it is a little bit noticeable.
The worst I've ever seen is a film Ken showed me, which we'll cover on this, called The Jackhammer Massacre, where that looks like the most ridiculously terrible thing to use.
Don't make me fucking watch that again.
We're watching that again.
Jesus Christ. I've watched that once years ago and I've never seen it again. I've never wanted to go back to it.
I'm pretty sure the front cover of that is in the background of our logo somewhere.
Fucking hell, really?
Yeah.
Don't make me watch Jackhammer again.
It's fucking terrible. They hired the guy for the killer just because he was like, he could wield it the best, and it still looks totally just impossible to wield as a weapon. The jackhammer. You can't lift it above your shoulder height.
Well, he don't have to, does he? Because people just turn up and lay down.
Yes, all
That's the
takes
whole
place
point
in a
of the
warehouse.
story. The whole point of the story is it has to be plugged in. It's fucking awful. Anyway, yeah. No, we're not doing that. But let's move on.
Kendal walks Mary to her door, asks to come in for coffee. She tells him to go piss up a rope.
When the killer's actually stabbing her on that bed, on the waterbed, the knife, when it hits her in the back of the head, it actually bends.
It's the old titanium skull, isn't it, that she had to have put in?
Oh, due to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it does come through her mouth in the end, but obviously, it does bend.
Yeah.
Miss James, as I've written, Mary James. I don't know what the fuck you were calling her, but she kisses Kendal at this point, which is massively inappropriate. Even if you are just an undercover teacher, it's still inappropriate to be kissing him as a police officer.
Yeah.
Because surely he's still a suspect, but just
And
helping
why
you
would
out.
she?
And he's a teenager at school. I don't know. I never got any of that bit. I never got these kind of like, oh, maybe there's some romance there. It's like, well, no, there can't be. He's fucking...
She met him once and he was dressed in all brown.
Yeah,
and then the second
he's
time...
wearing all brown. He's got a kung fu fucking professor.
Yeah, and he's got fucking shit hair, so, you know.
Yeah, and he keeps getting his dick out in the window. So, what the hell is going on with this guy?
His little hairy bollocks just fucking dancing around the place.
Right up
Just
against
on
the
the window
window.
ledge.
Right on there. Yeah. Right over there, dirty bastard. Anyway, we also get a geek jump scare, where I think it's me then, if that's what you say.
With the rubber zombie mask.
Yeah, I come round the corner and do that for no fucking reason whatsoever.
I put KBW scares him with a rubber zombie mask, then farts at him as he runs off. Classic KBW.
Yeah, that is what I do, to be honest. Yeah. I've done that more times than I'd like to remember.
Yeah, Ken farts in your general direction.
I do, as I'm running off. No comebacks.
More of the killer in his walk-in fridge. We see the corpse coming together nicely. More of the new jigsaw puzzle being completed.
Yeah.
Keeps his gloves on as well.
Awkwardly, yeah.
Next day, Mary and Kendal, they're playing tennis. We get a fellow tennis player heads into the locker room to shower. The unseen killer appears again.
They're practicing the serve, but on their own. Who's going to fucking pick all that shit up? Is it them? Is it them, or is there somebody else that goes there and just like collects all the balls and puts them back?
Bluto.
He's too busy red herringing.
The killer appears again and attacks this girl with the chainsaw.
Of course he does, because the tannoy music's gone right up in volume, so you can't hear a damn fucking thing. We do get tits, obviously. It's a shower. We do get buttocks. We get shoes, which are the killer's, not hers. Obviously, she's not wearing shoes in the shower. And we get bush. Right there.
That's the most serious I've ever heard you on this podcast.
And then we get...
It's like you're giving me some bad news. It's like you had your test results back.
It's a fucking serious subject, man.
We get bush. Right there. Fucking hell.
I do not take bush lightly. You should know that, of all people.
Yes.
And and then we get a chainsaw.
Yeah, and she knows it's her. She knows the killer because she says "you."
Yeah, she does. Yeah, which I thought she was talking to me. I was like,
me?
yes. I was like, yes.
The killer chases her into a linen closet where he chainsaws the door down, and then cuts into her torso.
Yeah, she pisses herself.
What?
She urinates all over herself.
Does she?
She does indeed. Was I just watching the uncut version? Was that not in the released?
No, I'd be shocked if it was and I'd missed that out. But
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she pissed all down her own leg.
oh,
Yeah, and onto the floor for 8
well,
minutes.
that's good. No, it didn't go upwards.
No, not this time.
At the same time, Mary and Kendall sees Willard leaving the locker room and ask about the music being played loudly
Yeah,
over the
he's
speakers.
got a massive bag, hasn't he? Yeah, which only adds to the what on earth is happening.
I've put he's more than happy to speak to them despite Kendall hitting him with a 2x4 earlier.
Quite right.
Nice of the college to let him carry on working there as well.
He was released, wasn't
Yeah, fantastic. They eventually find the bloody dismembered corpse inside the locker room with both of their legs.
I will say I liked that death as well. That was a good death. I like that killing. That was
Both of their legs cut off.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of blood.
Yeah, I did. I thought this was a very, very good murder, as the previous ones also were.
I've come to the moment now that I remember. Yeah, long moment number 2. Mary comes out after seeing the dead girl and is livid at him using the music to disguise the loud chainsaw and gives us the best line delivery of bastard I've ever heard.
It's absolutely amazing, isn't it? He gets better with each one.
She does it 3 times.
She sure does.
First one's funny. The second one's hilarious. Then she raises her fist to the sky and gives an absolute belter.
Raising your fist.
Bastard!
We don't even know who the fuck that person was. He's not even been in the film. She's like, nothing. She just appeared, got killed. That was it. Yeah, but it's brilliant, isn't it? I really, really enjoyed that scene.
You see it?
Yes! While we were out here fumbling with that music, the lousy bastard was in there killing her! Bastard! Bastard! Bastard!
To be honest, the only thing she could have done more was fall to her knees. And had she been in Vietnam, that would have been perfect. But that honestly, I absolutely love that scene. That is so much fun. I'm just laughing thinking about it. It's what a fucking idiot. Oh, brilliant.
And we've got 20 minutes left of the film, and Bracken still isn't even a fucking millimetre closer to catching the killer.
Yeah, the cops
Literally
have got
no leads
absolutely nothing, have they?
No.
So what have you got? Nothing whatsoever. Excellent work.
In a time like this, who did the police turn to for help? A specialist of some kind, maybe? A doctor? Maybe Mary, who's done nothing but play fucking tennis since she got there? Nope. Let's get that kid Kendal down here. He can help us. What the fuck, man? Why is he letting the head of anatomy in the crime scene before the actual police? Why is he talking to Kendal before anyone else? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
His partner rightly explains how stupid that is, as he could be a suspect, but Bracken calls him a cunt and says he's the best damn detective I've ever had the pleasure of meeting.
He's the best option we've got on the force right now.
He says he could for sure solve this case way faster than we can.
What with him being a fucking 17-year-old specky twat.
Yeah, and us being actual detectives.
Dressed in brown and getting his cock out. He's the man for this job.
Well, that's one of two of the things you need to be a detective, I think.
Yeah, that's how far I got in the interview.
Yeah.
It was the
Check
other
and
thing.
check.
It was the other things that let me down.
Yeah, you refuse to rely on a 17-year-old child to help you with your investigations.
I did at the time, and I regret it ever since.
Cut to the killer putting on shoes for his corpse jigsaw thing.
Quite right. It's fucking cold, isn't it, in there?
Yeah. Mary and Professor Brown shoot the shit about the dean and how much Brown hates him. Kendal then goes to the police station where he meets Holden and thinks that the killer must be part of the university faculty, since the killer seems to know when and where to strike and avoid the police. Only staff members would ever know that, wouldn't they?
Only staff members know how to avoid the police after murdering.
Yeah, only staff members would know when students go for a shower after tennis.
That's right. Or gardeners.
They look into the Dean's past and they discover that when the Dean was younger, his mother was killed by a person who was never found, and that he had previously changed his name. They figure out, Ken, that the Dean must be the killer.
Well, hang on. I've got lots of notes here about other things that are not relevant to the plot.
Excellent. Go for it.
I've got Kendal and what's his name, the other guy?
Can be wild.
The one who looks like Drebin.
Oh, Bracken.
Yeah, so Ken and Bracken are in the basement. Yeah, looking at all the files.
Kendal.
Kendal. Yeah, sorry, I've written Ken for short. So Kendal and Drebin, they're in the they're in the basement looking at the files. There's a massive fuck off picture of Reagan, obviously, in the
Ronald Reagan
in the basement. So no matter where the files are in the police force, you've got a picture of the president. There's like cream and saccharin in the coffee for Miss James. Yeah.
What's it? Saccharin and cream.
Yeah, she's gone to visit.
Good name for a detective duo.
She's gone to visit the Dean, hasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
So she has cream and saccharin in the coffee. The coffee is instant, and she instantly fucking drinks it as well.
Nice.
Which is absolutely fucking ridiculous, because you don't instantly drink a coffee if somebody just gives you it. That'd be boiling fucking hot. That's the point. Yeah, I hate that. I hate seeing that in film. I'll tell you what else I hate. I hate people eating whilst they're drinking, and like vice versa. They have a bite of a sandwich and then instantly like drink something. It's like,
I hate that in real life.
Your sandwich is in there.
Yeah.
They are disgusting. That's like the soggy sangers.
Yeah, you know,
as I like to say to people.
it's like when you know, like you're in like McDonald's and people are eating and then also slurping on their soda.
Yeah, but because you've still got food in your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. And they're
What's
still
wrong?
chewing.
How have you not got time to finish what you're eating before you have a drink? What's wrong with everybody? I hate that. It winds me up with everything, and I see it so many times, and it's in like everything. And every time I see it, I just think, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And it ruins it. It ruins a film. It ruins a TV program. Stop eating and immediately drinking. Disgusting. Anyway, that happens here, apart from the eating, so it's a moot point. But she instantly drinks the coffee, which is also ridiculous. He then immediately says, more coffee. You know, like she's just finished one. She's like a chain coffee smoker. And he pours some shit into it.
What do you mean?
Well, he pours like some sort of like drug into it. This is what I'm assuming. It's got to be a drug, isn't it?
Oh, at the fucking Dean's house.
Yeah. That's where we're drinking coffee.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to talk about other eating, then Kendal and the Sarge are back eating and drinking a bloody Wendy's.
Yeah.
Talking about some sort of name change.
Yeah, Bracken's talking about maybe having an apartment together, moving in, maybe leaving this crazy place behind.
Yeah, Kendall's up for it, as long as he's got a big window so he can get his dick out.
Bracken says, as long as you've got a big window so I can get my dick in.
Yeah, they both raise their glasses and look at each other. Cheeky wink.
And their dicks.
Yeah. Cheeky wank. Right. You know, in the background of where they are, the basement. We see the fucking size of those books.
No.
Fucking massive. They're massive. They're like the size of 3 books stacked high on top of each other. They're enormous books in this little basement of theirs. It makes you wonder how there's any point looking at any of them.
I wonder if anyone's been watching this, like they'll see that we've released this episode and they're like, I wonder if they'll bring up the books. I bet Ken will.
I know what he's like at the size of books.
He's very anal.
Well, yeah. One of my old films. Yeah, anyway, they're fucking enormous, those books. Too big.
I like how the Dean says that Professor Brown is a homosexual, but it's okay as long as he doesn't break any rules.
Quite right, too.
Yeah. A bit of an unnecessary bit before, but okay.
He does also say he seems more upset about his affliction than I am. It's a line from the film. I've written it down. Okay.
Mary's she's clearly in danger of becoming a victim herself, and the dean tells Mary that she has nice feet.
Oh no!
Mary says
Tarantino in, as it's known.
Mary says they'll have to. Yeah, Mary says they're going to have to search the campus soon if nothing is found. So the dean drugs her drink and plots to kill her to saw off her feet to fully complete his human jigsaw puzzle.
You know, the old go-to if somebody says we're going to have to search stuff. You have to drug them and remove their feet just in case.
And Kendal and the police work out that the dean must like jigsaw puzzles, and he's been taking pieces of the dead women to make his own human jigsaw puzzle. They might be right about that.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see. No, of course they're right. Yeah, obviously it's him. Yeah, it's the dean, isn't it? As we all know.
The dean changed his name from Little Timmy to the Dean.
To Big Dean.
Yeah. Bracken, Holden and Kendal, they burst into the dean's apartment.
Hasn't he got a big knife? You know those big knives that they all got?
Yeah, in America.
Yeah, in America, yeah, where you just got a knife as big as your head or something for
as
reasons
big as your
unknown.
arm.
Reasons unknown. Well, he's got one of them.
Like Robert Patrick in Terminator 2.
Yeah, like
big as your arm.
his whole forearm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she's paralysed because she's had drugs and she's just like sort of trying to communicate with her massive eyes.
Yeah, but after a thorough search of the property from Holden, whilst Bracken stares blankly at Mary paralysed on the sofa, the police fuck off, leaving Kendal and Mary alone.
She's, like whilst they're there, she is clearly staring at the curtains, which shockingly is the only place the police have not checked would be behind the curtain. That's like you play hide and seek with a kid, they'll fucking look behind the curtain, even if you're clearly not there.
Yeah.
But they don't, and, oh no, he's there.
He attacks, and luckily Bracken returns and shoots the dean right between the eyes.
Yeah, he's wrestling, isn't he? He's wrestling with little brown-clothed Kendal.
Shoots him right between the eyes and kills him.
Yeah,
afterwards, Holden, if only it was the end. Afterwards, Holden inadvertently discovers the dean's human jigsaw puzzle when he leans against a bookshelf and it turns round.
Yeah, the old spinning bookcase. You know how that is when you build one of them.
Young Frankenstein.
You build one of those in like an apartment block without anybody noticing.
Yeah.
You know, when you've got access to next door, so you can build it like a little access point.
Yeah, the body that's assembled from various human parts falls onto Kendal.
He's not happy.
No, everyone else is though.
Yeah, everyone else laughs, but he screams. It's a
when
very good scream, actually. It's a great scream, and it's slow-mo.
Yeah, that's what they call him.
Yeah. Slow-mo.
When Bracken, Holden and Mary and everyone else prepares to leave the scene as the cops take the dean's body away in a body bag.
I like it because it's slow-mo and then we return to exactly the same scene. It's like there's no passage of time. It's just like, and now again.
Yeah. Kendal goes for his jacket, and as he does, the human jigsaw corpse somehow comes to life and grabs Kendal's balls and squeezes and castrates him.
Yeah, he screams again, slow-mo again, freeze frame, end of film.
The film ends with Kendal getting his fucking balls ripped off.
Yeah.
Why the hell is that in the film? Why would that be alive?
We just don't know. I will point out, I don't know if you know this, but the guy who played Kendal is trying to make a sequel to this.
Is he?
Yeah.
On his own? Just him in it?
Obviously not. That would be fucking boring.
Just a one-man show.
No, that would be like stand-up.
Where he plays all the characters.
Yeah, then. If that's easier.
Is he going to be the killer and he's just castrating loads of men?
I honestly do not know any more information.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Other than that's something he's trying to do. He's trying to make pieces too. You can find, you can find posters online of like projected whatever they're going to do. I don't know, but I bet it's shit. So, sorry, Kendal.
Yeah, it's only been 40 years, so...
Exactly. I
Hang
think
on,
that's the point.
40 years later. Wow.
Oh my Jesus! Fuck. Hang on a minute. What year was this? 82. That's 41. Oh, fucking hell! He's messed that up as well. The twat.
Jesus Christ! I hope he gets Ken back so he can fart on him again.
Who is Ken?
No, the little Kenneth with the zombie mask.
Oh, okay, yeah. Overreacting Charlie.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. If you fart on me one more time, I'll kill myself. Ah.
Obviously, Bracken and Holden are I mean, they're not the worst police duo that we've seen in a film, but more of that later.
Yeah, no, but they're not overly good, are they? In terms of detecting.
I mean, it worked out in the end, but Bracken putting his whole, betting the house on Kendal solving the case and him doing absolutely nothing.
Well, tell you what though, Willard, free Willard. Willard's innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why you're wearing that T-shirt with Free Willard written on it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I thought you just got the fucking whale film wrong.
No. I went very, very, respectful on the film.
Free Willard is Ken's very posh remake of Free Willy.
Yeah, it's a whale with a top hat on. And a cane.
Yeah, and a monocle.
Yeah, of course. Of course, he was brought up correctly.
What did you think then, Ken? Did you like it or what?
No, I do like it. I really enjoy this film. It's fun. It is really good fun right from the start all the way through to the end. And it's shit. But fucking hell, it's a good laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just really enjoy this film. Always have. Always have.
In the same vein as sort of like Night Killer, in that was shit.
Yes. Yeah. Because it is.
I got vibes of Night Killer on
yeah,
this. Yeah,
it's just like it's inept. It's pointless. There's bits that happen that you just think, what the fuck is this? And yet
the casting's terrible.
It's still really good. And I really enjoy this film, yeah.
No one in this film is good. Everyone's terribly casted except Bluto.
Yeah. Well, nobody is good, but the film itself somehow manages to be good for the wrong reasons.
Well, the best thing about it is the bastard scene.
That's a beautiful that
is, yeah, that's bad movie sort of royalty when it comes to scenes.
Yeah, and to throw 3 of them in there, that's just genius. There are times when I see somebody shout something and you think, go on, one more, and they don't, and you think, it's a missed opportunity. That they do it. They take the opportunity and they put in a 3rd one. That's the beauty of this film. Any other film would have probably just gone 2 and thought that'll do. That is just brilliant. That 3rd bastard is just absolutely superfluous yet superb.
Very good. So, for that reason, Ken, is it going in or is it staying out of the bad movie cult?
I think it's got to go in. It's got to go in because it is bad. It's a bad film, but it's going in as one of the top-notch bad films. It has to. It's just a great watch. And I really enjoy it. I've never watched that film and not enjoyed it at all. I used to have this on video. I bought this on VHS, and it was like one of the pre-certs, and I really wish I'd still got it, but fuck knows where that is now. And I absolutely loved it then, and I just laughed my head off watching it. And watching it again now, still brilliant. Really enjoy it.
Yeah, and I agree with you. So therefore, Pieces is included or inducted into the bad movie cult.
Welcome. And congratulations.
First time entry for Guan Simon, the director.
Yeah, well, great name.
Maybe his last. I don't know if he's done anything else besides this.
Not bothered to look that guy up.
Nope. Here's the film pitch.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
What do you think, Ken, about a remake or a sequel? Maybe we can help little Kendal with his sequel.
Okay,
idea.
let's go for it then. Are we staying on campus?
I think we're going to have to.
Okay, so we're back on campus.
Pieces 2. Electric Boogaloo.
41 years later.
Yeah, to be precise. 41 years, 3 months, 6 days, 7 hours.
And counting.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Kendal's back.
Yeah, he's the dean.
Fuck off. With
He
no
is.
balls?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's known as Dean No Balls.
Dean No Balls.
That's what they
Dino.
call. That's what they call. That's what they call him on campus, behind his back.
And to his face.
Yeah, and that's also his name on his office door.
Fear so intense it'll grab you by the balls. I get that now. Very good. Kind of ruins the ending, but very good tagline.
Well, only if you give a shit about the tagline.
Yeah, carry on.
So yeah, he's the dean now, and it's happening again. Willard, he's still the gardener.
You have to recast. I think he's dead.
No, he's still the gardener, even though he's dead.
Oh, no, the actor.
Yeah.
Excellent CGI.
Yeah. We'll young de-age him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get a Jedi ghost gardener.
Very good.
That'll do. Who else is back? Nobody else, obviously. They're all too old now, aren't they?
Yeah.
New killer.
New killer, new rules.
New killer.
Still doing the same thing.
That's the tagline. New killer, new rules.
Yeah. Is he still collecting people? It's not Charlie Sheen, is it?
No, not this time. Although he could be in it. No, the killer is reading the news articles about Charlie Sheen collecting people from a previous film pitch.
Right. And then doing what?
Because he listens to the podcast and he's very, very interested in our film
this is
pitches. Yeah, isn't it just? Are we seizing the fucking world right now by the balls and ripping them off just at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's happening. And
what do you mean? How's he killing people?
That's the end of my involvement.
So this is a film about someone listening to a podcast and enjoying it.
Oh no, they don't enjoy it. This is based. It's based on real life.
It's a documentary.
It's based in reality. This. No, they tolerate it.
Why would there be newspaper clippings about our film pitch from a podcast that no one listens to?
Because in the universe that we're in, it's real. Charlie Sheen is really killing people dressed as Cupid. So
right,
yeah, because we made it so we made it reality. Because it's
so how's the killer killing people then?
With let's just go chainsaw again.
And he's collecting body parts like Charlie Sheen and also
yes,
the original
then.
killer from this.
Yes, then okay. But he's inspired. He's inspired by Charlie Sheen doing it.
Not the killer from the previous film.
Okay, fuck it. He's never listened to us in his life because we don't exist.
Good, because I was hoping Fine and Dandy would be the undercover police at the campus.
Okay, we get thrown in as...
You're the professor of scuba diving.
I was going to say scuba diving.
What?
What the fuck? Yeah, I was going to say scuba diving professor.
Why would you have said scuba diving?
I don't know, but I was going to say it.
Yeah. I'm the professor of life.
The professor of kite flying.
Nice, yeah.
Scuba diving, kite flying. It's the opposites.
Yeah.
That's how we work.
That's the total. What's the opposite of scuba diving? Kite flying.
That's how you got the job.
Yeah.
That was the question in the interview.
Wouldn't it be an astronaut? Would that be the opposite?
That'd be stupid.
Can I be a professor of astronauts?
So we've got a class of astronauts.
No.
What if this?
You're dressed in scuba gear and I'm dressed as an astronaut.
Okay, what am I teaching? Scuba.
scuba in.
Okay, what are you teaching? Astronauting.
Astronauting, yeah.
Okay, who's in charge of kite flying? Clint Howard.
No, Clint Howard's the janitor.
Oh yeah, of course he is. Yeah.
Or is he on-site police? You know, like LL Cool J in H20.
Oh, it drives around a little golf cart.
Yeah,
Oh, he could do that, couldn't he?
he's definitely that's him, isn't it?
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Professor of kite flying could be Terry Crews.
Yeah, he'd be good at that, wouldn't he?
He loves kites.
I think he does, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
And I think he'd be good at doing it.
Yeah. Wouldn't need to hire a stunt flyer because he can already do it.
I think he can. I think I've read that in his bio.
Obviously, police chief that gets informed of the killing starting again, Carl Weathers.
Maybe he could send Terry Crews in undercover as the professor of kite flying.
And he gets killed.
Yes, by
And
a
that's
kite.
why we get sent in.
By a kite.
Yeah, decapitates him.
Yeah, rips his neck out
Yeah.
by the wires.
The wires get, like, wrapped around his neck and his head pops off.
Exactly, tangled up in blue. That's Terry.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then
that's a pretty good set piece, isn't it, right there for the film?
That is good.
Yeah, so that happens. Obviously,
And we're working very closely with the dean to try and find the killer.
Could Carl Weathers be the dean, or is that definitely going to be Kendal?
I think we assume throughout that Kendall's the killer.
Okay,
And maybe Carl Weathers is the dean.
no.
But then who?
Hang on.
No, he's got to be the police chief, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. I was going to say we
And
can't
Dean.
assume Dean Carl Weathers. We can't assume the Dean's Carl Weathers.
No.
That doesn't make any sense.
What about what's his name? Fuck from Predator.
Bill Duke.
Bill Duke.
Who's he? The Dean?
The dean.
About fucking 70 years old. He's still doing
So
deanery.
is fucking Carl Weathers.
Is he doing deanery?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, yeah then. Go on then. We'll have Bill Duke.
Big Bill Duke as the dean. The new dean.
Yeah.
The young rookie dean.
Who's Kendal then? Is he still a student? Because
He's the janitor there. He's the new professor of kung fu.
I'm not having him. No chance. He was fucking rubbish at kung fu. Bruce
Is he
Lee
just
told me.
Is he just hanging round then?
He can't just hang around. You don't just hang around a campus. That's not allowed.
Bluto did.
Yeah, but he was the gardener. Is he the... he could be the new gardener.
Yeah, okay.
Willard's dead. Or in prison, or whichever. And Kendall's the new gardener on site.
Yeah.
Okay. So Bill Duke's the dean.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a picture of his prostate right there. And the alumni photo range. You've got me and you. What are we undercover as? Why are we undercover? Because the murders.
Yeah. We get sent in because Terry Crews gets sent in first, and then he dies.
So previous to Terry Crews, there's already murders.
Yes.
Right. What we got there?
And then before you know it, all the fucking faculty are just undercover police. Not a clue how to actually teach. We're all just looking for the killer, just out in the halls, and all the kids are just sitting in the classrooms.
So we've replaced the entire staff with undercover police.
And the students.
Because everyone in the school's dead. Fucking hell, he's good, isn't he? This killer.
We just replaced the dead kids with police. Before you know it, the whole fucking campus is just police.
All the guys have got moustaches. Yeah.
Aviators on.
Yeah. Fucking hell, this is very prolific, isn't it, from the murderer?
Kills the whole fucking college. Carl Weathers is fucking going nuts.
Why would he still be hanging around?
Why would he still be sending fucking officers in?
Because he's got to get the job done. That's why.
That's true. He never stops, does he, until he's caught the man.
Exactly.
Yeah, I suppose obviously set pieces, loads of chainsaw deaths and all that sort of shite.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Who's the killer then? Is it Kendal? Is he just castrating men? Got loads of balls on his wall or something? Or he clips them on and off himself?
I think he clips them all on himself. He's got loads.
Oh.
He's got loads of balls.
Just all at once?
Yeah. They're down both legs of his trousers.
That is fucking horrible, that thought.
He's got, at this point, he's got about 30 balls. just the way he sews them on as well. He doesn't even clip them. 31
because Clint Howard had 3.
That's the rumour. Yeah.
Clint Howard.
He sews them on.
Yeah.
So it's not even that. It's actual surgery. So they are biologically attached due to him being a big fan of the anatomy Professor Brown.
Is he just made a massive, like a elastic band ball? Has he done that just with balls?
No, they're not all in one sack. They're all in their individual sacks.
So, very nice. He's kept them pristine.
Of course he has.
Yeah.
Out of respect.
And what's the ending? What's the jump scare at the end?
We see it.
We see his legs with all these balls on.
His ball legs.
Running away with them banging everywhere.
In the moonlight.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, does he get away? Do we not catch him? Sets us up for the trilogy.
I don't know. Could we do another? I think we
must.
I think we've pretty much covered everything.
I think, Ken, you're right, and I think we should bring this episode to a close. You get on the telephone to Kendal and see if he's happy to have loads of balls attached to his legs.
It's like cowboys' jodhpurs.
And I will say thank you, everybody, for listening to the Bad Movie Cult podcast. If you like the episode, please leave us a like, rating, review. It's a massive help in getting us found by new listeners. If you like the episode, let us know as well through the social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We've got a Facebook page. You can join us there and speak about any old bollocks like this film. I don't know. What do you think, Ken? What can you speak to us about?
Speak to us about literally anything.
Wow.
Literally. That's how broad this is. You can just talk shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you to my co-host Ken B. Weil for joining me for this film.
Oh, thank you.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to the Bad Movie Cult podcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Dominic Lawton. Ken B. Weil. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.